Hi guys, Chuki here at CoolAutomation UK, looking at the CoolAutomation Professional Cloud Platform. Today we're going to look in this video at the site management. So we can see over here we have loads of sites. We're going to look at the specific site at the setup. So the first step when we set up a site is to add the new site. So you click on add a new site. Select the customer, site name, address with city and postcode, country and time zone. All this information is very important as you need the address for the dashboard to see the locations. You need the time zone for all the different timers. After you add this, the second step, it will lead you to add the device. So you go and add on the site a device. So here we can see after you added the site, you will have to add a device, and this is the first device that was added. If there's more devices on the site, you can add them over here. So here we can see we already added the device, and the information we add with the device, we can see it's on line 1 of the CoolMaster net. We have a Daikin VRV system, or 3 systems. And here we can see the 3 outdoor units. Each one is a system. This is heat pump system, not in heat recovery, so there's no branch controller boxes. And then we can see control addresses and service addresses. On Daikin, we have 2 different addresses. The central control address, which is called the Daikin D3 net address, and the service address, which is the internal that the condenser gives each one of the units, and we read them through the AirNet addresses, which we will look at in a moment. So we can see we have over here 3 outdoor units, 21 indoor units, and we can see the connection date. Here we can see the systems, which we'll look at in a minute. Before we do that, let's look at the heading over here. So remember, we have a user and a site, and then we have on that a system view or floor plan view. There's a different video where we explain the floor plan setup. We have a subscription tab over here, and we have the add devices. So the same as we added before, CoolMaster over here. We can add here a CoolMaster, CoolMaster Pro, a cloud box. We put in the information, the serial number, device pin code, and the location where it is, and it then sets it up. We have over here a file library for the site. So for example, here we have the floor plan, which we can download, and the commissioning logbook. So it's useful to have it attached to the site, so when you're working on the site, you don't have to go look into some folders. You have it all on the site, and the engineer can also access it wherever he is on site and looking at the system, or anyone looking remotely. Here you can export the site data, very useful, especially if you want to keep it in case you need to reset different things, then you want to have all the data already here, and you will see, as we'll see, we have quite a lot of data about the system. This is an edit of the site, as we looked before, and an ability to delete the site. Now we will look at the system. So when we add the device, it populates the systems, and it reads on the units. And here we can look at the different setups. Before we go into the setups, we can see that you can change a mode from heating to cooling, set the timer, and switch on and off the site straight from this setup area. As we know, as we saw in some other videos, we can do it also from some of the diagnostic areas, etc. Just a useful tool. Now we'll click on the edit system over here, and we'll see the information of that system. So we can see the system. This is an open space, right? For example, it's a Daikin system, it's a heat pump system. You can have heat pump, heat recovery, and if we look at the edit, we'll see the options. We'll see you can choose manufacturers. There's plenty of manufacturers that we cover today. And you have the heat pump system, or heat recovery, or cooling only. You have the series, capacity. Capacity can be set in kilowatts, horsepower, or BTU. The line of the CoolMaster, in this case line 1, which is a Daikin system. Then we look at the units. We have indoor units and outdoor units. On the indoor units, on each one we can see the unit name, the control ID, capacity of the unit, The service name, that could be different to the unit name. You can set up different. And the AirNet and internal address, which this is a Daikin service address, the model of the unit, and the serial number. If we click on the edit, we will see over here that we can set up the capacity, the model, and the serial number. If we click on service address mapping, and here we can see that we can edit the name, service name, the capacity, the model, serial number, and here most important part, which we need to do normally in the beginning of the setup page, and if we didn't, we can come and do it over here, is connect the Daikin D3net with the AirNet address. So when we have on a Daikin unit, we set an AirNet address for the service and a D3net address for the central control. And then on each unit on the AirNet address, here we go on the platform and we connect it between so we make a correlation between the AirNet address and the D3net address. We select which one is the right unit and we do it right over here. That's how we set all the different units. Then on the outdoor unit, we can see over here, I'll click on edit and we can see that we have over here the name, the capacity, which again can be done in horsepower, kilowatts, or BTU, the AirNet address or internal address, whether it's a master or slave unit, the model, and the serial number. As we can see here, this is the first Daikin ever unit on the R32 system mini VRVs, at least the one here in the UK. So this is how to set up on the system itself. In the service address mapping, we have an option to do automatic address mapping. Please note it does not work on all systems and not in all setups, but it's a useful tool that sometimes can be used. However, the best way, the best practice is to set all the indoor units with a D3net address and AirNet address and then set them up, and this way you know that it remains there. So this is a site management tab with different system setups. They all follow each other. To add the system, a site is here, and add the system, you add the system right over here where you add the device, and the device will read the different systems. Thank you for watching.